Welcome to another edition of Saint Spotlight. Today we are featuring Thomas More International student Sophia Hermosilla from Panama. Sophia is had a fantastic internship in the summer of 2023, which she will talk about today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Firstly, can you tell us about your field of study and why it is so important to you?
I'm majoring in international studies and political science here at Thomas More. So international studies tries to explain and understand how states interact with other countries, and political science is more a local study of government, of different government forms. It is important to me because since I was a teenager, maybe uh, I was interested in politics back home, and how can we improve that politics both domestically and internationally.
Gotcha. And what was your internship directly about?
So I was in Colombia in the embassy of Panama. At first, I was the assistant of the ambassador Liliana Fernandez, and I will write official documents for Panama, and we will deliver it to the government back home, or we will rearrange schedules, meetings, events, and we will attend to those. Mostly, they were cultural and art events to enhance the Panamanian culture.
And how did you secure your spot in the internship? Was it competitive at all?
So I had a connection prior to coming to Thomas More, and they connected me to the embassy in Panama in Colombia, and that's how I secured my spot.
And what attracted you working towards government? You said you had something, you were always interested in politics as a kid?
Yes, when I was probably a junior or sophomore in high school, I got in a program that it was like a youth senate, and for a week we will do like draft laws. We will work as a senator in Panama, and since then I was very interested in public relations and how to help the community in towards politics.
What was the name of that high school government?
Back home, my high school was Colegio San Agustin, and the program is a government program, and it's just youth deputies. That's the equivalent of a senator here in the United States.
That's awesome. And what would you say were the top 3 takeaways from your internship, such as projects you were part of, people you engaged with, or the experiences unique to you?
So this internship, I fell in love with it. It was like the perfect opportunity for me to make sure and confirm what I like and how I like public relations, especially international relations. I didn't only grew as a professional, but as a person. I had to work and live in a country I've never been to, Colombia, and had to adapt very quickly in less than 3 months. Another thing that the embassy taught me is that how to adapt very quickly and how situations might change so fast that you need to adapt on the moment. One of those was maybe the first event I went was a Central American film event. So for 2 weeks, maybe 3, we exposed and we showed to the Colombian community Central American movies directed by, for example, Panamanians, people from Costa Rica and stuff like that. So it was very beautiful to see how we can share our culture to Colombia, and Colombia will share to us their culture, and how we can make a mix of it and make a better combination of cultures. I was impressed of how many internationals will come to these events, like from all around the world. It was a little melting pot in all these events, and it was so beautiful. Another event that really like caught my eye out was it was called La Camareta. It's a Panamanian group that plays classical music from Panama, and they will play a song, then they will explain it, like the importance of remembering our roots and how we can make Panama better by remember our past to work in our future. And the last one was the Colombian elections. I arrived in a very interesting point for Colombia, and as a political science major, it's very intriguing to see how each country sees elections, especially presidential elections. And I was able to compare how Panamanian elections, the United States elections, and then Colombian are so different, even though we are in the same region, we are in America. So that was very interesting. So yeah, those are like my 3 takeaways, other than having a good time in Colombia.
What is your current plan for after graduation?
So after graduation, I'm debating still if I apply to a job in the International Relations Department in Panama, or getting a master's degree in diplomacy.
Gotcha. And did your internship help determine your path?
Yes, it did. I always wanted to be abroad and see the world, see other cultures, learn how other communities interact and how their customs are so important to them as mine are to me. And I had that opportunity in Colombia, so now I want to keep that route of working in embassies.
Certainly. And how did you find Thomas More University, and how did you know it was the right school for you?
So finding Thomas More was very interesting. Thomas More went to Panama in my junior year, so that was probably around 2018. And they presented themselves and they welcomed us to Thomas More. So I was like, why not to try? So I applied and they accepted me, and now I'm here. I always found it very curious that Thomas More is a very welcoming community and very friendly. So I thought that personal connection with professors, staff, and students was going to do great for my field study. So that's why I chose Thomas More.
And you said Thomas More had a trip down to Panama.
Yes.
Back in what year?
Probably, I don't remember, but I was a junior, so it was probably 2018, 2019.
Do you remember by chance what program or what professor was leading that trip?
I could not tell you.
Well, that's still so cool just to see a random university from Kentucky all the way out in Panama and say, I'm going to give that a shot and look at where it's led to.
Yes, we are 9 Panamanians from the same program of recruitment. So yeah, it is interesting.
So you and your friends all saw the group, the trip come to Panama and said, let's all check it out together.
Yeah, Thomas More went to different schools in Panama and we all met here. There was one boy, he is my best friend since we've been 7 years old. We applied together, so it was pretty neat.
That is awesome. And you guys have been able to stay in contact and work together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any advice for your fellow classmates?
Yes, I do. Follow your dreams. Work hard and be determined. And everything is possible as long as we have a positive mind.
And then lastly, if you were to go on a trip to Panama again and you were to see someone how you were back in 2018 or so, thinking about this university, what would you tell her?
I will tell them to apply. We don't lose anything applying. There is always a possibility of meeting new people, making connections. That's about college. It's not only grades. It's about getting to know people, different cultures, different point of views, ideologies. And getting out of the country is a very good example to do that. And I think it's a very good opportunity to come to Thomas More.
That it is. Well, thank you very much, Sophia, for being our Saint Spotlight today and sitting down. Thank you.
Wow.